Welcome to Yubu. Today we are going to create a guinea pig hammock using a 10mm crochet hook, 2 strands of yarn in whatever color, whatever yarn you choose, as well as a contrasting yarn for the border if you'd like, or you can use one of your yarns as the border as well. So we're going to take 2 strands of yarn, create a slip knot that will secure your work. Just like that. And now that we have that slip knot in place, we are going to chain 35 stitches. So just simple chain 35. And once you have that 35 stitches, we're just going to tape measure it to make sure that it's roughly 13 to 15 inches in length. If you're using a smaller hook than a 10mm hook, you're going to want to have that tape measure handy just to make sure that it's coming in at the 13-15 inch mark. Now that there's 35 stitches on our row, we are going to chain 2, and then that is going to be our first post of the double crochet. We're going to skip 3 stitches and go into the 4th with a double crochet. We're just going to continue our double crochets all the way across for the 35 stitches. And now this is our last stitch of the 35 in the row. So we're just going to go right into that area just before the slip knot. So you're just going to do 1 double crochet right there. Then you're going to chain 2, turn your work, skip 3, go into the 4th stitch, but we're only going into the back of the 4th stitch because we're going to create a beautiful ridge. And now that you have the first double crochet on in the 2nd row, we are just going to continue the double crochets all the way across until the last stitch, and I'll show you how to anchor your work, turn it, and make sure that it goes straight instead of wonky. Now that we reached the last stitch, we are just going to go right into that hole that we actually created while chaining 2 to turn our work and continue on with the double crochet in the other direction on row 1. So we're just going to yarn over, double crochet right into that hole. That will anchor your work, and that will allow the edges to be flat and straight during the entire thing. So as long as you don't go over that initial first chain 2, we are golden. So just go right into that, do a double crochet, turn your work, chain 2, skip 3, go into the 4th stitch, only in the back of the stitch. We're just going to continue our double crochets all the way across for the 35 stitches. right up to that chain 2. Anchor your work in the chain 2 with a double crochet. We're wanting to get the piece to be about 15 rows of these double crochets. However, if you're working with a smaller needle, just make sure that the piece measures 11 to 12 inches. Once it's reached 11 to 12 inches in height, we are going to cast off our work by cutting our yarn and pulling it through the hook. And we are going to sew our loose threads into our work. And you can keep it like this if you'd like, or if you want to do the border, I'm going to be showing you that right now. So you're just going to do a single crochet wherever it feels best. There's no rhyme or reason to this, just do it wherever you want. And always ensure that when you're doing the corners, stitch 3 single crochets in each corner to allow a very smooth, relaxed, straight finish. And there you go, guinea pig hammock. My guinea pigs absolutely love these. They are cozy, warm, especially in the winter, and they love just the lounge out in them. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow along for more knitting and guinea pig inspirations. Have a wonderful day, guys. Take care.